If you're searching for real answers in a world full of noise, hit that subscribe button right now. The Monk of Matrix changed my perspectives on everything.
Does it ever feel like you're doing everything right? You work hard, you try to save, but you're still running on a financial treadmill, never really getting ahead. That feeling of frustration, of being stuck, it's not a sign that you're failing. It's a symptom of a much deeper issue. There's a single, powerful money lie that most of us are taught from a young age. It gets so deeply embedded in our minds that it silently sabotages our best efforts to build wealth. In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose that lie, show you exactly how it's holding you back, and give you a simple, 3-step process to finally erase it for good. The core money lie revealed. The single most destructive lie your brain believes is that money is a limited resource. This is the scarcity mindset. It's that deep-seated belief that there's a finite pie, and if someone else gets a big slice, there's less left for you. It's the voice in your head that whispers, "Money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that," or "I'll never have enough." I know this voice because it ran my life for years. I grew up in a home where money was a constant source of stress. The language around it was always about lack, limits, and worry. So, even when I started making a decent income, I was terrified of losing it. I hoarded what I had, I was scared to invest, and I subconsciously believed I wasn't meant for real financial abundance. This belief isn't just a bad habit, it's tied to our brain's wiring. When we constantly worry about scarcity, it can trigger our brain's fear response. This keeps us in survival mode, focused on short-term safety instead of long-term growth, and sabotages our ability to see and seize opportunities. Step 1. Identify and acknowledge. You can't change a belief you don't know you have. So, the first step is to catch this lie in action. For the next week, become a detective of your own thoughts. Just pay attention to how you talk and think about money. Do you get a knot in your stomach when you pay for things? That's your brain's insula, a region that processes financial loss similarly to physical pain, lighting up. Do you automatically say, "I can't afford that," without even asking, "How could I afford that?" That's scarcity thinking, and under stress it can short-circuit the problem-solving parts of your brain, like the prefrontal cortex. Do you hoard money in a low-interest savings account? Too afraid to invest? That's the fear of loss overpowering the potential for gain. When you notice one of these thoughts, don't judge it. Simply acknowledge it. You can even write it down. Just seeing the pattern is the first crucial step. Maybe you realize you avoid looking at your bank statements out of fear, or you feel guilty spending money on yourself. This isn't about shame. It's about awareness. You're just identifying the old programming that's been running in the background of your life. Step 2. Challenge and reframe. Once you see the lie, you can start to replace it with a more empowering truth. The scarcity mindset is built on a false premise. The truth is, money isn't a fixed pie. It's a current that flows toward value. It's not about fighting for a bigger slice. It's about creating more value that people want and need. This reframe is powerful because it shifts you from being a passive victim of your circumstances to an active creator of your own economy. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you start focusing on what you can give. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, "I don't have enough money," I want you to stop and ask a different question. How can I create more value? This simple shift moves your brain out of fear and into problem-solving mode. Here's another powerful reframe. Change "I should save more" into "I choose to build my future." The word "should" is loaded with guilt and obligation. Choose is an act of power and personal agency. You aren't being forced to save. You are choosing freedom. Step 3. The micro-habit for reinforcement. A new belief is like a seed. It needs consistent reinforcement to grow strong roots and overwrite the old programming. Our brains are neuroplastic, meaning they can be rewired at any age, but it takes repetition. Here is your micro-habit, the 24-hour pause. For any non-essential purchase over a set amount, say $50, don't buy it right away. Wait 24 hours. Most impulse buys are driven by emotion, stress, boredom, or a quick dopamine hit. Creating this waiting period separates the emotional trigger from the financial decision. After 24 hours, ask yourself one simple question. Will this purchase move me closer to my long-term financial goals? If the answer is a clear yes, then buy it without guilt. You'll be amazed at how often the desire just evaporates. This isn't about depriving yourself. It's about being intentional. It's a small daily action that proves to your brain that you are in control, not your impulses. You are choosing your future over a fleeting feeling. Rewiring your brain doesn't happen overnight, but it absolutely starts with a single step. If you're ready to continue this journey and break free from the patterns holding you back, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We release new videos every week, designed to give you the mindset and strategies for true financial freedom. You are not destined to repeat the same financial patterns. The lie that money is scarce is just a story you learned, and one you can unlearn. By identifying that lie, reframing it with an empowering truth, and building a micro-habit of intentionality, you take back control. You have everything you need to build a new financial future, one thought at a time.
After my divorce, I was lost. This channel taught me that suffering can be transformed into growth.
I had success but no purpose. The monk of Matrix connected me to my dharma through Vedantic wisdom. I finally understand why I'm here.